Hi guys, JT here. Today I'm bringing you some information on 10 games in Fanatical's Fight to Survive bundle of January 2026. To help you answer the question, should you buy it? By using links in the description below, you'll gain access to this bundle and support the channel in the process. Before I begin, I'd like to thank you the viewers for watching my silly videos. I hope they're helpful. Most importantly, knowing that you're watching it means the world. But first, a word from our sponsor, JT After Dark. You've read the threads, you've seen the warnings, but you haven't heard them like this. I'm JT. I take the internet's most terrifying stories and give them a voice. From Reddit's deepest archives to the legends that haunt the web, I bring the horror to life. Join me on JT After Dark. Subscribe now and let's see what's hiding in the shadows. Anyway, let's get into this. And number 1 we have Asgard's Fall, Viking Survivors, a Norse survivors-like roguelite that throws you into an epic saga against hordes of creatures and the gods of Asgard. It is an action roguelike with a distinct art style that has been praised as an absolute gem, making it nigh on impossible to stop once you start playing, according to initial reviews. The game is built on deep meta progression and customization. You can choose from different heroes, like the Fierce Warrior or Agile Huntress, each of their own skill trees. Your hero's destiny is forged through the Web of Word, where you place powerful knots to enhance your strength. Furthermore, the Warpaint system challenges you with inventory management, using runes to modify and amplify your character's abilities and strategy for each run. Despite the very positive overall reviews, this game is still in early access, and you should be aware of its current limitations. Some players find the early game brain-off boring and easy, while maximum difficulty is often gated by frustrating RNG rolls and poor item balancing, leading to a slot machine feel. There are also reports of bugs, including a game-breaking bug related to the node screen, and general performance issues like program crashes and a slow update frequency. If you enjoy the bullet hell genre and deep Norse-themed customization, Asgard's Fall has a solid foundation with great potential. However, you might want to hold off until the developers refine the balancing and fix the reported technical issues to experience its full potential. And number 2 we have Blazing Sails, a pirate-themed PvP game that combines ship-to-ship combat with classic battle royale elements. This fast-paced multiplayer game lets you and your crew fight to survive in thrilling naval and land-based battles. In Blazing Sails, you start by creating your own pirate and choosing from a variety of customizable ships, including the classic brigantine, the fast junk ship, and the small but powerful sloop. Teamwork is crucial, as each crew member must take on tasks like steering, repairing, and firing cannons to ensure the ship's survival. The game features different modes, including Treasure Hunt, where you race to collect and turn in treasure chests, a unique pirate-themed battle royale that mixes naval warfare with land skirmishes. For those wanting immediate action, Galleon Conquest delivers intense broadside battles with massive ships. Combat is exciting, with players choosing from a wide range of pirate weapons, such as sharpshooters, shoulder cannons, and even a fish launcher. Battles can get chaotic, requiring skillful navigation, well-timed attacks, and coordination with your crew to outlast opponents. Though comparisons to Sea of Thieves are inevitable, Blazing Sails stands out with its fast-paced gameplay, focus on teamwork, and dynamic ship battles. While it may not have the open-world depth of its competitor, it's an excellent option for anyone looking for a quick and fun pirate combat with friends. And number 3 we have Death Relives, a first-person survival horror title that immerses you in a nightmare rooted in ancient Aztec mythology. You step into the role of Adrian, a young man who witnesses his mother's abduction and must infiltrate a sprawling eerie mansion to save her from being sacrificed to the god Zipetotec. The experience centers on high-stakes stealth and atmosphere, as you are constantly hunted by the deity himself. The gameplay loop requires you to navigate flickering hallways and creaking floors, while staying silent to avoid detection. You are equipped with a flashlight and a mystical artifact, though you lack traditional superpowers. To survive, you must hide in lockers and boxes when a threat draws near. A unique sacrificial skin mechanic allows you to eliminate ghostly priests who wander the halls and alert the main antagonist to your location. You must also harvest blood to satisfy a strict time limit, adding a layer of urgency to your exploration. Beyond the tension, you'll encounter various environmental puzzles that must be solved while listening for the heavy footsteps of your pursuer. The game offers 4 difficulty settings, ranging from easy to nightmare, and features a manual saving system that encourages strategic progress. With its impressive pixel-enhanced visuals and deep unfolding narrative, Death Relives delivers a condensed, terrifying experience that typically lasts between 2 and 4 hours. If you enjoy hiding mechanics and a sense of constant dread, this mythological horror journey is designed specifically for you. And number 4 we have Dishonored 2, a stealth game that offers an immersive experience with a compelling narrative, unique characters, and thrilling gameplay. The game offers 2 distinct runs, with Corvo and Emily, each bringing their unique set of abilities to the table. The light choices you can make throughout the game only play out in the short term, but the ability to trigger hardcore mode at the start with no powers, and the chance to collect every rune and bone charm in the game offer a lot of replay value. The heart item from the first Dishonored returns, and is a great way to ease you into additional content. Experimentation is at the core of Dishonored 2, and you're encouraged to try different approaches to challenges, whether it be hand-to-hand combat or stealthy approaches. The game requires you to master every tool you are given, which can be challenging due to the quick deaths and relentless AI, but once you have several chapters under your belt, the game picks up and crescendos into a nice finale. The acquisition of new powers is not the only thing that makes you feel like a badass assassin. It is also the slow drip reward of learning the many intricacies and rules of the game's world. Overall, Dishonored 2 is a game that encourages experimentation and rewards you for mastering the game's mechanics. And number 5 we have Berserk Boy, a fast-paced side-scrolling platformer inspired by Mega Man, but it adds its own electrifying twist. It kicks off with a stylish animated intro that sets the tone for the energetic ride ahead. You play as K, a skilled teleporter who merges with a mysterious Berserk orb to gain powerful energy-based abilities. When your friend Dizzy is kidnapped by the villainous Dr. Genos, it's up to you and a red giant bird named Fjord to rescue her and save the world. Combat feels fresh. You don't shoot enemies, you dash into them, chaining lightning tethers and pulling off devastating combos. As you collect new orbs, you unlock different Berserk forms like Flame Drill or Soaring Wind, and each level clearly forces you to use every one of them. You will dash, dig, fly, and slash through 5 major zones, each with hidden paths, upgrade orbs, and secrets to uncover. The controls are tight and fluid, making even the most frustrating platforming sections feel fair. Every stage ends with a report card showing your score, medals, and deaths, encouraging replayability and mastery. While the enemy variety is a bit limited, the vibrant visuals, SNES-era charm, and catchy soundtrack more than make up for it. You'll likely spend over 15 hours finishing the game, and even more if you go for 100% completion. If you love action platformers that challenge your reflexes and reward exploration, Berserk Boy is absolutely worth your time. You'll keep coming back for those satisfying combos. And number 6 we have Tales of Iron Complete Edition, a 2D side-scrolling action RPG set in a feudal rat kingdom. You play as Prince Reggie, who becomes the king after his father's murder by frogs. The game's combat is challenging but manageable, with a variety of weapons and armor to craft and use. However, some boss fights can be frustrating due to the small arenas and imprecise hitboxes. The game also features exploration and platforming elements, with hidden areas to discover and secrets to uncover. The map system is also well designed, with a small image of each room on the castle's map, adding a nice touch to the overall design. However, the game's progression system can feel tedious at times, as you need to take on repetitive jobs to earn money to complete repairs on your castle. The platforming sections can also be tricky, as the jump mechanic is not as responsive as it could be. Despite these issues, Tales of Iron offers a fun and engaging experience, with charming characters and a well-crafted world. The game's art style is delightful, and the attention to detail in the environments and character designs is impressive. The game's combat and exploration elements are satisfying, and the variety of builds encourages experimentation. While the game has its flaws, it is still a solid choice for fans of action RPGs and platformers. The complete edition includes the base game and every expansion, delivering a definitive gritty experience. You'll navigate King Reggie's treacherous reign through the Blood Whisker's trial and the festive Bright Fir Forest endgame quests. This pack adds 5 lethal bosses, 13 missions, and the exclusive Crimson Knight skins to customize your rodent warrior. Between brutal Souls-like battles against frogs, you can explore a 45-page digital art book or relax to the 20-track medieval soundtrack. It is a massive hand-drawn journey where you must prove your worth. For fans of challenging combat and dark fairy tales, This collection is an absolute must-play. At number 7 we have The Evil Within 2, a third-person survival horror game that blends psychological dread with heartfelt storytelling. You play as Sebastian Castellanos, a broken detective descending to the decaying world of Union to rescue his daughter. From its opening, a burning house and a father's desperate cry, you're pulled into a grim but surprisingly emotional nightmare that never lets go. While the story leans heavily on a familiar tragic dad trope, it works because of how much sincerity and heart is poured into every moment. The game's environments tell their own stories. Shattered homes, haunting echoes, and horrifying creatures that reflect both the madness of Union and the pain driving Sebastian. The Guardian and Obscura, for example, are disturbing yet strangely poetic monsters, each serving as manifestations of artistic obsession and human fragility. Gameplay-wise, you'll explore semi-open areas, scavenging for supplies and completing side missions that add depth to the world. Stealth is your best friend. Every shadow hides both danger and opportunity. The tension of sneaking past grotesque enemies, guided only by eerie audio cues, keeps your heart racing. Combat can occasionally feel clunky, and checkpoints aren't perfect, but the dread never fades. With its tight design, excellent soundscape, and genuine emotional core, The Evil Within 2 delivers one of the most gripping horror experiences in recent years. You're not just fighting monsters, you're fighting for redemption. At number 8 we have Withering Rooms, a 2.5D horror action game blending elements from classics like Silent Hill and Dark Souls, offering a punishing yet rewarding retro experience. You play as Nightingale, a young girl trapped in a dream version of Moston Asylum, where the nightmare-filled halls are crawling with undead and sinister characters. As you navigate the ever-changing Victorian mansion, you'll uncover secrets, solve puzzles, and face off against grotesque monsters. The game emphasizes strategic combat, requiring patience as you balance Nightingale's abilities and gear against a relentless array of enemies. There's a rich variety of gear to discover, allowing you to customize your build with rings, armors, and weapons, each impacting your playstyle. Exploring the twisted world is both challenging and thrilling, as hidden items and notes enrich the lore without overwhelming you with excessive backstory. Withering Rooms also features a unique curse mechanic. As you battle, your curse meter fills, transforming the environment into a hellscape and unlocking hidden secrets. This tension adds another layer to the game's challenging atmosphere. Thankfully, you'll find checkpoints and a home base called Nowhere that lets you regroup and plan your next move. If you're into Souls-like games, the combat and exploration will feel familiar yet fresh. Boss fights are intense, but the game's thoughtful checkpoint system prevents them from becoming overly punishing. With a new Game Plus mode and tons of customization options, Withering Rooms delivers a hauntingly immersive experience to test your skills and nerves. At number 9 we have No Skin, a surreal horror roguelike that blends pixel art with real photographs to create an atmosphere that's both nostalgic and nightmarish. You wake in a crumbling house, haunted by the mysterious No Skin Man, and your only goal is to survive long enough to uncover who or what he truly is. Every run forces you to balance resources, manage health, and make percentage-based decisions that can decide your fate in seconds. It is part horror, part math puzzle, a turn-based descent into dread where you're always one mistake away from ruin. Every encounter costs something, whether it is blood, items, or sanity, and over time you realize the house itself feels alive, feeding your failures. The visual style is mesmerizing. Grimy photo backdrops mixed with beautifully drawn pixel characters, and the soundtrack hums with droning unease. The writing walks a thin line between tortured poetry and cryptic philosophy, hiding crucial clues within the madness. As you dig deeper, you start questioning what is real, what's metaphor, and what the skin really represents. There's a strange beauty in how the game refuses to explain itself. Its repetition becomes hypnotic, its puzzles feel like rituals, and every small revelation hits like a bruise. You might crave more build variety, and some runs can feel samey, but that's part of its bleak charm. No Skin is ugly, brilliant, and unforgettable, a fever dream about loss, identity, and what's left beneath the surface when everything else is stripped away. At number 10 we have Dishonored, Definitive Edition. an action-adventure game emphasizing stealth and player freedom. The Definitive Edition includes additional story DLC. You play as the Royal Guard Corvo, returning from an assignment given by the Empress of the Isles, trying to seek help from neighboring nations to heal the capital city of Dunwall, which is going through a rat plague. Things turn really bad as the Empress is assassinated and her daughter is kidnapped. Worst of all, you've been framed for it and you're thrown into jail. Now, Dunwall is run by greedy, treasonous officials. You manage to escape prison, but now you must stealth and assassinate your way through Dunwall to save it from the corruption and suffering caused by this betrayal. What defines this title is its outstanding stealth and action gameplay. To assist you on your journey are your sword, pistol, and grenades for louder encounters. You have access to supernatural abilities like summoning a horde of rats to literally eat your enemies alive, briefly stopping time to perform a sequence of actions, or teleportation. Taking the more quiet route, you could use your crossbow loaded up with sleep darts or choke enemies from behind. You can find runes to upgrade your powers, blueprints to improve your equipment and armor, and bone charms to boost your skills. These upgrades are scattered around each location, incentivizing you to explore it. You can also complete side missions, which bolsters the livelihood of each level. Each location is brilliantly designed, giving you multiple ways to complete your mission, be it stealth or head-on combat. The DLCs available in the Definitive Edition are awesome to play through, especially the Knife of Dunwall and the Brigmore Witches, which lets you experience the story of Daud, the murderer of the Empress, whose story runs in parallel with Corvo. It's a worthy tale worth experiencing, with new and familiar areas loaded with tons of lore, runes, and bone charms to collect. Daud also sports new supernatural abilities and equipment not previously available while playing as Corvo, like the ability to summon assassins or stun mines. Dishonored is an awesome game to play for those who love some stealth with the freedom to go in sword swinging if they want to, especially the Definitive Edition loaded with its DLCs.
And that's all for this bundle. This bundle is a total dub if you're looking to upgrade your library with some serious heavy hitters. Snagging Withering Rooms and Tales of Iron Complete Edition is a massive win for Souls-likes and horror fans. Throw in Dishonored 2 or The Evil Within 2 for those top tier AAA vibes at a fraction of the cost. It is a certified steal for deck users wanting high quality grit. Don't sleep on this one, it is pure gas for your backlog. In any case, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if this video was helpful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and maybe consider buying the channel a coffee. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.